Oi oi Savaloy, it's Wayne from Things on Wheels. Today we're going to freshen up some bits underneath, sort the front end out and get closer to completion. Let's get it, bosh!
Check, check, back in check. Now whilst the support brace was off the car, I made sure I treated it for any rust, gave it a few coats of primer and then some satin black, looking fresh. Hopefully this will last the life of the car, especially with our adverse weather conditions. It's not ideal over here. Can't forget the bolts for the exhaust brackets, otherwise it'd be rattle central. We ain't on that. Next to tackle is the diff. Look at the state of it, crusty rust. As usual, tackle it with a screwdriver, scrape off the worst. Then I'm going to get the drill with the wire brush attachment. Get any smaller particles off, easy. It's been a godsend, this drill. Imagine how long I would have been there with a bit of sandpaper. Ages. Anyway, time to treat any rust with the Cure Rust paint. Then it's on for a coat of black hammerite. This will provide some decent protection in the winter time. It's not that it needs it, it's thick metal, but I want it to look good underneath here. Same treatment for the brake discs. No one wants to see that rust through the wheels. Off-putting. And we coat it up. Caliper brackets. Wire brush treatment again, and a screwdriver for the little nooks and crannies. And then some brake cleaner. Get rid of any of the loose surface stuff. This helps with the paint to bond into the surface and not flake off. So we got this nice shade of blue Foliatech paint. You have to mix it with a hardener. Got about half hour before it starts setting up. Only a couple of coats needed. After the first coat, I kind of assembled everything in situ and then painted it on the car. Brake pads get the same treatment. They're red, don't fit in with the colour scheme. I'm not having it. Quite a decent brand of brake pad there as well. Ceramic. Red stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to mask them up and paint them black. Bit more stealthy then. Nothing against Crystal Palace, but I ain't going for Crystal Palace colours. Alright. So reassembly. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Bit of copper grease on some of the moving parts. Not the pad surface itself, mind. That would be a stupid mistake. So reassembly, you've seen me do this before. Not much to see. Anti-rattle clip back in. Look at it. Fresh. That's how we do it.
Running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from schemes.
Same treatment for the front, but we're not going to separate the brakes. Plenty of space to paint around it.
From strain, running from things, running from schemes. Couple things I know, couple things I show,
clean it off.
Couple things I don't. I can tell you my problems. I can tell you my sins. I can tell you my problems.
And then it's just a case of taking your time, layering it up.
I'm uncomfortable with my friends. I'm uncomfortable.
Steady hand helps here as well.
With my thinking. I'm uncomfortable with my ways. I'm uncomfortable in this space. I'm uncomfortable.
And the inner part of the disc again. You'll notice I got a bit on the disc. This is intentional, as there's always a lip that the brake pad doesn't cover. But what part it does cover will be scraped off as soon as you apply the brakes on the first run, leaving a fresh, clean line. So what have I got planned now? The car looks done, doesn't it? Pretty smart. Not smart enough. Engine work? Nah, we're still on body work. Oh my days. I'm gonna set about taking this bumper off. We got a few torque screws at the top with a metal retaining plate. A few plastic clips down the side. Pop those out. And underneath, some 8mm bolts. Fairly straightforward. Just get them out. Pretty awkward when you're lying on your back holding a phone and a socket. But you know how we do. We get it done. Now just to work out how it clips off. Trying to not be too brutish, but yeah. Pops out of the side. And it feels like the whole lot's come free. Someone left their spanner down there. What a tool. Off with the fog lights. And then we got the headlight washer jets. Ah, stupid. Don't worry. Couple of earplugs will see to that. Wedge it in there. Same on the other side. Don't worry, I mopped up the screen wash. I don't want any animals drinking that. It'll be the last drink they ever had. We ain't on it. So with the bumper off, you're going to see what's going on. The cat saw what was going on. Out with the grills. And then out with the fog lights. All fairly straightforward.
You keep it natural, stay in your bag like you wearing satchels. Hey, baby, you a godsend, just missing the sandals. But still, you ain't missing much. Put your hands on my back, just a different touch. Put your on my plate, I don't skip the lunch, I don't skip the brunch.
Now to unclip the central grill.
Not a centimeter, getting in between this. All you two turned up, never turned down.
Easy.
When it's big energy, when I come around, though.
Washer jet caps. Pop off nice and easy too.
You've been looking for the head of them curves.
And then the center badge. Need to replace this as it looks crusty as hell. Now here we can see the damage. It's almost like someone reversed into the bumper at one point, causing all these stress cracks in the paint.
I can see you as my chick.
The only way to fix? Repaint.
You keep it natural, stay in your bag like you wearing satchels.
So I'm going to crack on with a palm sander. Gives a nice consistent flat finish. We basically need to sand this until we can't see any of those stress fractures. Can't forget about these side markers or reflectors. And then continuing with sanding.
Every day, any day, every time, all the time.
Working our way through the grades until we got a nice key for the primer.
Feeling like Jimmy, I give you this Johnson. Know you like filming that.
So I'm going to mask up where the grills sit. No point in any paint getting where it doesn't need to be. Take your time here, get a crisp line.
But still, you ain't missing much. Put your hands on my back, just a different touch. Put your on my plate, I don't skip the lunch.
And also mask up the washer jet nozzles. Don't want to block them up. Here we go. Primer time. Layer it up. It was a nice day for it. The primer dried nice and quick between the coats. So yet again with the black aerosol as a guide coat. Letting me know where my highs and lows are when I'm sanding and any areas of tension. It's not an exact science, but it's a reliable one. I chose to use a sanding block here as I've got a bit more control over how much primer I'm taking away. And we just chip away at it. It always looks terrible at this point. And whilst I was sanding it, I was thinking, what have I done? Could have just left the little cracks there. Not many people would have noticed, but that's not my style. Now it's time to clean it down, some bumper prep and a tack rag, and then we can get some colour on. As usual, the first coat looks patchy as hell, but don't watch it. Trust the process. And as you can see, layer by layer, the vibrancy appears. Taking time, making sure I got coverage all over the bumper. And here we go. Time for clear coat. I love this part. Almost an instant transformation. First coat is like the tacky coat. Just want to get a bit of product on. So then that the second coat has a nice bond. It's already looking good. So we start wet sanding the bumper, and here's the reason: orange peel. All those little dots are low spots in the paint. This would hold back any shine. What we want to do is flatten it off to a dull finish, and then we can come in with a polisher and bring out the shine. Patience is key with this. Get stressed and you end up rubbing through, then it's back to paint again. Here we go, buff time. So as you can see, the product in the yellow tubs. I used this first, but then I ended up switching to Maguire's Ultimate Compound. Much more efficient cut. And virtually zero swirl marks, which is a bonus. I was also experimenting with different pads on the polisher to see what results they yielded. Onto polish now with a soft pad. Really bring out that shine. And then off with the masking tape. These grills, me no likey. So what we got? New box. Yeah, gloss black. Bringing it into 2023. That's what we like. Look at that. Adds youth to the front end. So, back in with the centre grille. Bit fiddly as I didn't want to mark the bumper in the process. And the fogs can go back in. So here are these side markers I was talking about before. I don't like them. They stick out too much, drawing attention to a really random part of the car. So I'm going to put some tint film on them, just to lower their profile a little bit. Just a case of cleaning them up, dropping them on the film. A bit of heat so you can pull the film around the corners. Don't tell the missus. A bit fiddly. I've never wrapped a car before, but I could be tempted. Here's the difference. Back in. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And this headlight's coming out too. You're gonna see what's wrong with it. Trust me, this is a quest for perfection. And I'm nearly there. Simple. 2 connectors to come off. And we're free. You can see here the UV protecting layer chipped off in places. Can't have it. So I've got this headlight restoration kit. Slap it in the drill. Bit of water for lubrication and start sanding. Working our way through the grits. Look at that. That's pre-polish. Now we're going to polish it up. A lot of people would leave it here, but no. You need to add some sort of layer to protect against the UV. So lacquer it is. Job's a good un. All these little things add up. Look who it is again. Little Zosha. She obviously approves of the bumper. Getting well involved. And look at her. On top of the engine as well. Taking a blatant. Anyway, while she's messing around, I've got to get this bumper clip back in. Simple. Back in with the torque screws. And there was one I couldn't find. And it had been nestled on the scuttle tray all this time. Back in with the wheel arch liner clips. Same thing goes on the other side. And underneath we've got those 8mm bolts. Just slap them back in. Can't forget about the centre one. Ooh. Now look at that. It was definitely worth the hard work. Love it.
Oi, I know you like what you see. So So on the next one, we're gonna have to do a little engine service and then follow up with a detail just to make it look spot on. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Click on the bell icon for your notifications and I will catch you on the next one. Bless up.